Coach, Adam Fossett Show for a Wednesday morning, normally a Thursday, but since it's Thanksgiving tomorrow, we wanted to get Coach Fossett in today. And Coach, a heartbreaking loss to Clark County last Friday night, 14-7, and you had your chances, especially in the second half.
Yeah, we definitely had our chances. Definitely some self-inflicted, situations where we just kind of messed up and had chances in the second half. I felt like at the end of the first half, we give up the score late. We're trying to get a timeout there. We see that the guys lined up out there, ain't been lined up out there all night. Try to get that timeout, don't get it. But then the ensuing kickoff, we take it down pretty deep, and I felt like there was at least a couple seconds left on the clock for us to either get a chance to score or try a field goal, which
you were in field goal range for sure.
We were in field goal range. It would have been a field goal call just to get some points on the board right before the half, get a little momentum. So a real big turning point in the game, I think, is when after their first drive, they punt to us, and the guy comes down, and James is trying to make a play, trying to make something happen, and the ball gets dislodged and they recover.
Yeah, and 14-0 at halftime, and you talked about big plays. There wasn't a whole lot of big plays in the first half by either offense, but Clark County, they would ring up a third down and long and seemed to make it almost every time. Yeah,
they were very good at picking up first downs and very methodical in what they did. So very, very huge up front, and they kind of wear on you and that's what they do. Late in the game, we throw the interception down deep, and they get the ball back. Well, we've got to get a
6
stop.
minutes to go in the game.
Yeah, 6 minutes. So they kill 6 minutes of the clock and pick up first downs, and that's all they were trying to do.
Never got the ball back,
right? Never got the ball back. Utilized timeouts to the best of our ability, and just never got the ball back. So. And that's all they were trying to do. They had zero intentions of scoring. Their intentions were just getting first downs.
Yeah. 14-7 Clark County over B.B. Comer last Friday night to effectively knock B.B. Comer out of the playoffs. And hey, listen, 10-3 is nothing to sneeze at, though. Great season.
Yeah, no doubt. Great season, 10-3. Hadn't been done in a long time. This is a special group of seniors that have been here. This is year 4 for me, and most of those 10 seniors have gone all 4 years. So they've overcome a lot. From 2-8, where they were 5 or 6 different teams' homecomings, to 10-3 as a senior, and they'll graduate with a winning record, graduate with 3 playoff appearances. So. They have a lot to hold their head high about. They have a lot to be proud of. Didn't end how we wanted it to end by any means, but I told those guys after the game, and one, there's absolutely nothing to hang your head about, and two, if this is the worst thing that happens to us in our life, we're having a pretty good life. So the loss hurt bad. I found myself this week just kind of like trying to figure out, all right, what am I supposed to be doing? Because I didn't have to plan a practice schedule. I didn't have to plan meals and things like that, especially with us being off this week. I was looking forward to having a full week of different things going on for our guys. But it's something to learn from, something for the younger guys to build off of, and these seniors need to finish out high school and look to moving on to bigger and better things.
B.B. Comer trailed 14-0 at halftime, and you kind of felt like that, wow, it's just 14-0. It seemed like they had the ball forever, and when B.B. Comer had the football, we couldn't make anything happen.
Yeah, we were very stagnant offensively, and just couldn't get the ball moving, and couldn't get first downs, and it was very little things, either miscues or missed blocks, or something that they did a little bit differently on the defensive front. I think that a couple of guys their ends, I thought they played exceptionally well. and very, very athletic kids, and they gave us trouble all night. So not able to get to the edge early, and then in the second half we were able to kind of exploit some things that they did, but again, it was too late.
You're down 14-7 after recovering a fumble that on a punt or a kickoff, and so you have the football, and I'm thinking, this is deja vu, Lynette, all over again. You had it 1st and goal inside the 5-yard line.
Yeah, and not being able to finish was a killer for us. You know, a couple things, and I've probably answered this question numerous times, even inside my own home. I was asked this question.
No breaks, are there?
Right, no breaks at all. But on both occasions, the play call was, we saw what we wanted to see up top. It was a matter of being able to make the play. And
so what happened?
And we just didn't execute. You know, it comes down to execution. We didn't execute. And then on the interception, we come back. There's a timeout. And we come back from the timeout expecting the same situation, and the coverage had changed, and you know, it was a situation where we're kind of yelling at Devontae, and he doesn't hear us, and but he tries to fit the throw in there, and it just doesn't work. So you know, if you get it to take back and look at it again, even if he pump fakes or just looks and doesn't throw it and takes off towards the end zone, we may score. But you know, you can look at it 1,000 different ways right now, and say shoulda, woulda, coulda. But yeah, we didn't the end of it is we didn't capitalize on an opportunity, and failed to score on an opportunity, turn the ball over, and they take the ball for 6 minutes.
What a wonderful senior group that you had at B.B. Comer, who played their final game at Legion Stadium Friday night.
Yes, you know, we're going to miss that group. A lot of guys put in a lot of time, a lot of effort, and I would hate to not name one, but we're going to miss all 10 of those guys, and all of them have done special stuff while they were there. All of them have done what we've asked them to do, and been great representatives of our program, and you know, a lot, and probably out of 10 of them, I would say 8 of them are going on to other sports. So I know 6 or 7 are headed to basketball. The others that aren't playing basketball are getting ready for baseball. So they have some other stuff going on. They have other stuff to look forward to as far as being high school seniors, and you know, we wish them the best. You know, we're not trying to push them out the door yet. we want May to take its time to get here, but we wish them the best, and we still want to help set them up for whatever we can in the future for them.
Well, you talk about 10 seniors, but that brings back a lot of veterans for next year's team.
Yeah, we have a big junior class coming, in a sophomore class that's pretty big. So, you know,
and that's good news down through the years.
Right. Yeah. You know, that's what somebody was asking about. You know, next year, and you know, I'm already fielding questions about next year. So. Next year, we have a chance to be a very solid program still. So you have 10 juniors that'll be seniors. You have 10 sophomores that'll be juniors. The freshman class is going to have to, the freshman class that'll be sophomores, they're going to have to really buy in and build and get going with that. So we really need that freshman class to buy into off season and the weight room so that they can help with the senior and the upcoming senior and junior class. So
you got a sophomore running back that's coming back to be a junior. He's not half bad, is he?
No, he's pretty good, tough kid. You know, he ended up with a little over 1,900 yards rushing this season, averaging over 9 yards a carry, 25 or 26 touchdowns. So, and the goal for him, as hard as it is to believe, the goal for him is he's got to get better too. You know, he's got to improve. He's got to find aspects of his game and get better at that aspect of his game and commit to getting better to that.
And he's one of your key linebackers too, coming back next year.
Yeah, he's one of the key guys coming back.
Kamar Harris, who we're talking about, in case you wondered.
Kamar is he's one of the guys that we're going to have to depend on heavily both sides of the ball next year. And you know, we've got to fill the void defensively that John Murphy leaves. And John gets everybody lined up. He does what he's supposed to do. He's, you know, excuse me, he covers a lot of ground and does a lot on the field that people don't realize. So somebody's got to pick up that slack and help us get lined up defensively. So and then offensively, you look at losing a quarterback who gets everybody lined up.
Who've been there for 4 years or so.
Right, been there 4 years. But you know, I think Devin Harvey is in line to be that guy.
You like Harvey, don't you?
I do. Harvey's athletic. He's a good kid. He's right on the edge of being a leader, and I think it scares him a little bit being as young as he is. But another year in the system, I think he's gonna kind of come out as a leader next season, and be able to lead our guys. So.
What a huge crowd at the stadium last Friday night.
It
Man,
was.
You could feel it, couldn't you?
Yeah, it was. The crowd was amazing, and that's something that we've had, you know, all season, especially through the playoffs. There was some guys from the '95 team down by the fence when we came in at halftime, and just encouraging the guys and encouraging the coaches. And
1995. Wow.
Yeah, so lot of people there, a lot of noise, a lot of fanfare, and you know, that's really what, you know, that's probably one of the most amazing things to me.
Where'd you get them cowbells, Coach?
Man, they get those cowbells all over the place. I wish we had like I wish the program got like a percentage of every sale of cowbells, but our community and our crowd has been huge for the kids, and that's probably been one of the proudest off-field moments I've had, is seeing, you know, you come back after a game and you're doing the alma mater and you see all these people in the stands, whether it be home or away, and it's pretty neat to see. All these people came out, whether it be cold, whether it be hot, they all came out for one cause, to cheer on the team, the cheerleaders, the band, and that's pretty neat to see.
You know, there's always conversations after a season where the coaches go or coaches stay, but this is your home, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm not going anywhere, not looking to go anywhere. You know, I have 2 boys in the system. My wife's a teacher there, and we've traveled before, and we've left the nest before for something that we thought was great, and turned out
wasn't quite as gold as you thought. Right.
The grass isn't always greener on the other side is definitely a true statement. So there's a plan in place. God has a plan for us, and He had a plan for us when we left this area and came back. So we're here. We're going to stay here.
So you know, you've been athletic director. You moved to other sports now. What's going on now?
Basketball gets rolling. So getting caught up on practices and things like that over the break a little bit. And a lot of our guys, like our football guys, they're going to get a break. They had, you know, they're going to be able to shoot around some, but I think Coach Hale's giving them a break over the holiday, you know, just to get their legs back underneath them. So basketball is here, and we have 5 different teams. Have 3 boys teams and 2 girls teams, and they'll be here, there, and everywhere over the next couple months. And then we get ready for spring sports. Just broke ground on a softball field for our girls behind our baseball field. So
well, they're moving that dirt in a hurry, and trees too.
They're getting it cleared out. So probably not going to be ready this season unless some really good weather days happen through the spring.
So how does that lay out as far as the entrance is going to be? I'm not.
I'm trying to figure that out too. So we have a diagram of what everything's supposed to look like, but I don't know how that diagram fits in that space. So. I know they have a plan. You know, the county has a plan in place for it to work, and there's a huge ditch between the 2 fields. So I'm not real sure
how. That's what we called a big ditch one time. You know?
Well, there you go.
Hey, what does B.B. Comer's football program have to do to move even further along in the playoffs and have a successful 2022 season?
You gotta hit the off season running for one. You've got to really commit to. We talked about finishing,
and that's not fun for these guys, you know.
No, it's not fun, and the term "embrace the suck" is what you have to do, you know, and it's not easy. And people have to understand it's not easy to come out in July and run sprints. You know, it's not easy to run sprints in August. It's not easy to come out and practice at 3 o'clock in August in full pads. And that's why everybody doesn't play football. So, but we've got to hit the weight room hard. Our young guys, our current juniors that are going to be seniors, we'll call them the next senior class, they've got to step up now in the leadership role and get the 8th graders and 9th graders in the weight room and making sure that they're doing what they're supposed to do.
Do you see that out of this group?
I think so. Yeah. I think there'll be a good group to be able to get them going, and when we get back next week, we'll get started on all that. And you have to be very careful now because you do want growth. Physically, you want growth in all those guys, but you also have basketball where you're possibly playing three nights a week. So you don't want to do anything to hurt those kids either. So it's very methodical how you have to do it, and it's hard to do because our athletics class, let's say we have 25 athletes. Well, 16 of them may play basketball. Well, 9 of them may not play basketball. So you got to have different workouts, and you got to be able to trust that hey, this group's doing what they're supposed to do, and this group's doing what they're supposed to do, because you can't watch both sides of the weight room at the same time. So, but you got to finish your reps. You got to finish your sprints. You got to go the extra mile to make sure this thing's successful. So, and the other side is we're waiting on realignment too. So it's a realignment year, and waiting to see if there's any change in our region. You
think there will be?
Based on discussion with other coaches, I think a couple teams in our region may be moving up. I know Randolph County and Ranburne feel like they're probably going to move up to 3A. So I think we'll stay 2A, but what does that mean? I wish that we would. I would like to change it up a little bit, just because I would like to see some different teams every couple of years. So ironically, the hard part now is non-region games. So 4 years ago, anybody would play us. People were calling us to play. Now
they wanted you for homecoming 10 games a season.
Exactly. So I've contacted schools all the way up to 5A that have turned me down and said, "Coach, I'm not going to play you." So trying to find non-region games. We've got we'll play Childersburg again week 1, but I'm looking for either a 0, 5, or 10 to play because I'm having a hard time finding anybody to play me.
You overall are very proud and confident of the entire athletic program at BB Comer.
Yeah, I'm confident in what we're doing. I have a lot of confidence in my coaching staff and the mission that they're on. If you look at the body of work, everybody talks about the body of work. If you look at the body of work that's been put together, every aspect has improved over the past couple of years, and it's not a me thing by any means. It's a we thing, and even through some coaching changes and some different head coaches in other sports that have come in, we've seen improvement. And it's not just a wins and losses improvement. We've seen improvement in behavior. We've seen improvement in academics. We've seen an all-around improvement in our kids. And that's what our goal is. Our goal is to have good kids. Our goal is to have respectful kids that are going to do things that they're supposed to do. And at the end of the day, they're still teenagers. They're still going to have some mistakes and things along the way. But being able to learn from those mistakes and grow from those is huge. So
BB Comer ends their season with the Clark County loss 14-7 in round 3. The 2A football playoffs. Before we go this morning, you've had a week or so to kind of reflect on last week's loss to Clark County. A play or two that you would look back on and say, maybe I should have done this or that. And you did that with Lynette early on in the season. Anything you look at that say, well, hindsight 2020, but I would like another shot at this?
Yeah, I think there's a couple plays, especially in the red zone there. There's a couple plays that we would like to get back. I'd like to get the punt back on, where, and again, it's not a James issue. That mistake didn't lose us the game. That mistake changed momentum, and the kid from Clark County just comes down and makes a good play. James is trying to make a play, and kid from Clark County makes a play and dislodges the ball. So I think without that momentum twist, I think you have a different ball game. But there are some different plays. There's some different calls on both sides of the ball that we wish we would be able to change. And that's the thing about film is we can sit there and watch it over and over again, and we're going to see some different things that we wish we would have done differently.
Well, obviously, I'm with you. I think there was 3 or 4 seconds left on that kickoff return late in the second quarter. But B.B. Coleman, very successful season, 10-3 overall, and congratulations to the Tigers, and they'll continue to improve. Coach Fossett, appreciate you being with us again this season. Look forward to talking with you with a little basketball later on.
Yes, sir. Sounds good. Thank you.
All right. Happy Thanksgiving to you from Coach Fossett, and of course his athletic program at B.B. Coleman. More Daybreak coming up right after the break.